ice tower. Well, you think I would learn by now to turn on the sound. Okay, so let's restart and go back to what I was saying. First of all, just flew back from Brazil yesterday. Spent all day traveling. Had a great time at Diverseo convention in Brazil. Diverseo. Had a wonderful time there. Got lots of great games. I'll talk about that, a little bit of that in my blog. And I am just pleased to be here. So, and I was saying that I'm excited because every year there's a certain amount of there's like a hump every year of, well, all the good games are not coming out at this point in time. It happens every year. And it's usually, like sometimes it's February, sometimes it's been February through April. But I'll tell you what, that was so small this year. There are so many amazing games. Some of the games we're reviewing over the next 2 to 3 weeks are just some of the best games that have come out this year. Just off the top of my head, there are 3 games over the next 3 weeks that we're reviewing that I think are phenomenally good. And you all know I don't pull punches. I mean, there's a lot of games that I think are good, but these are really good games. And I'm just so excited about that. Don't ask me what they are. I shan't tell you. Anyway, this is a Q&A. If you have questions, go ahead and ask them in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them. So, this is always funny. Hello, how did you like your stay in Brazil? People always ask me that. First of all, I always say, yes, it was great. Also, if I didn't think it was good, but I do. But if I didn't, I wouldn't say no. I had a good time. Alrighty, let's see. Did you like the Brazil heat? You know it's winter in Brazil right now, right? It wasn't very hot where we were. It was like in the 70s, low 70s, high 60s. It's their winter right now. We're in summer here. The best thing I drank in Brazil. Well, I had this really delicious tea at one point. But my favorite drink, and I'm going to have to hunt and see if you can get this in America. I probably can somewhere. I took a picture of it so I would remember what it was called, or looked like at least. And this is all my convention stuff I took pictures of. Where's the drink? Guarana. For people who want to know what it looks like, I took a picture so that you could see. There you go. Whatever that was, I drank like 7 of them. They were great. So there you go. Do you know when you'll be reviewing Expeditions? Yeah, that's going to be going up next week. I know the embargo went up today, right? Everyone can talk about it today, but I'll be reviewing that next week. I've always when there's an embargo, I almost always try not to post my review when everyone else does. It just feels like it's better to have it at a different time. So I'm just waiting a week. I could review it today, but we will be reviewing that next week. How did the Chief Sokotoa gag start? Well, I don't know what gag means, but I started recounting tales of Chief Sokotoa way back when I taught math. And I would just start telling everyone about Chief Sokotoa. Did I enjoy the food in Brazil? The food in Brazil is amazing. Amazing. And I'm really sad that I had so few meals there because it was great. Is my tie collection as big as my hat collection? My tie collection is way bigger than my hat collection because, well, you can store a lot more ties than you can store hats. I have like 40 hats. I have probably 150, 200 ties. Did I get Comic Hunters from Brazil? The Dice Tower Library already has a copy of Comic Hunters, and I didn't want to waste Precious Suitcase getting another copy of it, especially since I imagine it will at some point come to America. Instead, I brought back tons of other great Brazilian games. I have a whole video showing off all the games I brought back from Brazil that will be going up this week. Stupendous. Have I attended a con on every continent yet? No. And in fact, I was telling my kids today, I still haven't been to 3 continents. I've not yet been to Africa, Australia, or Antarctica. So I would like to see all 3 of those before I die. Africa, I was invited once to a convention in South Africa, but that didn't work out. So maybe someday. And then Australia is just, it's a timing issue, right? Because it's so far away. And then Antarctica, I doubt there'll be a convention there, but I would like to do one of those cruises that touches Antarctica during the summer. They wait till the summer down there, and then you take a cruise and you go down. So I figured me and my wife will do that someday when we're a little older and have less kids. Any neat Brazilian candy to talk about? No, I brought some with me. It was very good. They have a lot of cool gummies, and there was some good candy there that I had. I brought some back for my kids, but I don't have it here on me. What is the most impolite thing you've ever experienced in a game session? I was mooned once. I think that would win. Chad says, barely in winter, they're on the equator. Well, part of Brazil's on the equator. You've seen the size of Brazil. It's one of the biggest countries in the world. And Sao Paulo, which is where I'm at, is near the southern part of Brazil. So yes, it's winter there, but it was not hot at all. Did my family get to go to Brazil with me? They did not. But most of them greeted me happily when I came back. Let's see here. A new studio. Well, yes, but this this studio we've had now for we're about to come up on a 2-year anniversary, I think. I noticed on some games on Board Game Geek you have 2 ratings. The latest example I noticed is Sushi Roll. Do this intentionally for look back or for other reasons? I don't actually know. I just was looking at my ratings, and I saw that too. Like my rating of it is 8.5. Let me look at my collection. I don't know how that, I think that might be a bug on Board Game Geek that's the case. I don't know how that is happening actually, because I'm not doing that at all. Okay. Let's see here. What's my favorite cartoon art style? I don't know. I don't know if I have one. There's a lot of cartoon art I hate, but there's a lot I like too. I don't like what seems to be poorly done cartoon art. There was a cartoon way back in the day that everything was always a little wavy, little wavy lines, and it looked like everyone was quivering all the time. I really dislike that. But my favorite way to play Project Elite, probably the base game. I like some of the expansions, but I still like the base game the best. So Renegade's partnershiping with Hasbro on HeroScape. Any thoughts on that? I'm going to go read a little bit more about it, and then I'll give my full thoughts in our news and Board Game Smorgasbord when we do that on Thursday. I didn't play a ton of games in Brazil. I played just a few, and I'll be talking about them as soon as I can get to them. I mostly just went around and talked to people and want to spend as much time with people as I could. Do you like Dice Throne? Well, yes. If I have a review of it, very high. If so, who's your main? I don't have a main. I didn't even know that was like a thing we use in Dice Throne. The Cowboy's my favorite, I suppose. Would you rather have someone with AP taking a long turn or someone who wants to take a turn back as soon as you are doing your turn? No. This is not an either or. Don't do either one. Top 10 G.I. Joe heroes or villains? Ooh, I like this. I like this. List of G.I. Joe characters. I'm just going to go through my favorite characters here. I don't care about the villains. There's not a lot. There's not as many villains in this. Let's see here. So going through them, I'm just going to do characters because I always liked, let me see here. Duke, Hawk, Boring, Snake Eyes. Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow is one of my 10. Destro, Baroness, Lady J, Roadblock, Jinx, Cover Girl, Airtight, Leatherneck, Ripcord, Breaker, Doc, Frostbite, Beachhead, Tunnel, Barbecue, Heavy Duty, Sergeant Slaughter, that's 3. Law and Order, for sure. 4. Snow Job. 5. There's so many characters. I'm going through them alphabetically now. Backstop. Rock and Roll. Bonsai. Forgot about Rock and Roll. Oh, and the Twins. The Twins. I love the Twins. What were their names? I don't remember their names. The 2 twins. Well, I can just look that up. Twins, G.I. Joe. Tomax and Zammot. Oh, that's right. Their names were backwards. Yeah, I love those guys. The Crimson Twins. The Crimson Guard Commanders. That's probably 10. Anyway, those are some characters I like from G.I. Joe. Alrighty. How do you sort your pitch car collection? I don't really sort it. I keep all the small pieces in the pitch car box, and then the rest I stack neatly in big giant bins. Tau or Eldar? Probably Tau. But Eldar has more diversity. How do you feel about Ticket to Ride coming out of the Legacy game? Yeah, I'm very excited about that. I'm very much looking forward to it. So I think that having an established game with Rob Daviau and Matt Leacock is a very good combination. Then they prove they've done it before. Did I bring back a uniquely Brazilian hat? I did not. Did I like the old LucasArts point-and-click adventure games? I only played a few of them, but I like the ones I played a lot. Did you move your personal board games to the library? Yes. Do I have my own personal stash of games? I have a few, but that's it. Like at my house right now, I have in my games, I have Frosthaven and Trespass Odyssey, because I can play through those on my own big time games. But beyond that, I don't have anything. I have a bunch of games I play with my kids, some family games. But even that, I don't have that many because I can just come right here and grab them out of this library. I think I need to speak for everyone. We're going to need to know more about the mooning. No, this was when I was a child. Not a child, but a teenager. And I remember exactly what happened. It is Axis and Allies. And we played Axis and Allies. And if you've ever played Axis and Allies, there is an income phase that you get. And my friend taught me the game, and he said, you get this income. And then we played the game, and that was the income you had for the whole game. And I went and read the rules. I took the rules and read through the whole rule book and noticed several mistakes we were making through the rules. And being the conscientious rules lawyer that I was as a child, I highly insisted that we would follow these. He said, that's not the rules. I'm like, it is. I pulled out the rule book, proved that I was correct in my righteous joy standing there, expecting everyone to applaud. And I got mooned instead. So there you go. Don't be a rules lawyer, I guess. But we always played correctly from then on out. It makes the game way better. Do you think there's a lot of nature and nice animal games coming out at the moment due to the state of the world over the last few years? I don't know what that means exactly. Like, are people annoyed and so they're making nice games? I just think they're popular right now. How good was Dr. Kanitsia's Portuguese? I don't know if he spoke it or not. When I was there, he was speaking in English. Can a publisher reach out to a Dice Town member who has one of their games in their top 100, but they never officially reviewed the game to receive the seal of approval? You can reach out to me if you want that, and we'll talk about it. I was in Brazil only for the con. Well, I was there a few days, and I was able to see a little bit of downtown Sao Paulo. I went to a few shopping districts, saw an Independence like monument type thing, but I wasn't able to do much more than that. Let's see here. What do you think of the size of the venue for Diversal Offline? Offline? Is that what it's called? I guess. Anyway, I was there, and I think next year they can go bigger. It was a bit cramped. It was definitely a bit cramped. It was very crowded. There was 9,000 people there, and compared to the floor plan of Dice Tower East, it was maybe 1/3 of that. So it was very, very crowded. So yeah, they could probably increase the size for sure. Storm Shadow's a villain, I know, but he's still my top 10. I was just combining them all. What is your favorite movie of 2023, and why didn't I watch Board Game Breakfast, says Gray Fox. Because I answered it there. Who's your favorite villain of all time? I don't know if it's... I think we've done a top 10 villains of all times that you can look it up. Who was your favorite character to Super Mario movie, and why is it Luma Lee? No, that whole cutesy, we're all gonna die thing. That's overrated. It's Luigi. Actually, it's probably Bowser. Bowser was pretty funny. Do we need Kyle Katarn to show up in The Mandalorian or another storyline? I wouldn't mind seeing Kyle Katarn, but I think they nixed him. I don't know if he exists in the current universe. I'm sorry, I'm not up to date with who's in the universe and who's not. I see there are more and more board games for the Switch. Would you rather play board games on a tablet app or on a Switch? Oh, the app for sure. I think that the iPad screen, the Switch is fine, but the iPad screen is phenomenal. Let's see here. Did you finish Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? No, I'm not even close. Here's where I'm at. I've beaten 2 temples. I found all the towers. I found 3 of the 4 fairies. I mean, I know where the 4th fairy is. I just haven't bothered unlocking him. Stupid drummer, wherever he's hiding. And again, I'm not like needing to know this information. It's just I just kind of wander around and do stuff. I might be at 50% of the underground, but there is so much down there. I've beaten 2 of the Colosseums underground. I have found lots of caves, but from what I understand, there's like 80 plus caves or something. It's crazy. There might be more than 80 caves. There's a ton of caves. Yeah. I haven't even remotely got bored. How's that? Do you play rhythm games, Guitar Hero, Rock Band, Beat Saber, and if so, what should you enjoy? I've not played Beat Saber. I play Guitar Hero and Rock Band, and I like Rock Band much more fun. It was fun to do it as a group. Do you bring the entire library on the cruise and the Dice Tower conventions? Yes. What are your thoughts on Gloomhaven 2.0? Supposedly first edition won't be upgradable. This happens a lot with a lot of games. Okay, many games have new second editions. For example, Massive Darkness 2, Descent. Lots of games have second editions, and they're almost never upgradable from the first edition. That's just how life is. I still haven't seen the Mario movie. I heard some parents were concerned about one of the characters advocating suicide. Yeah, I think that's a really long stretch to think any kid would get that from the movie. But you can find a problem with every movie in existence if you put the effort into it. Let's see here. The table got flipped first, then I got mooned. Yeah, sure. But there was that too. Let's see here. Any more gamer talk coming? Yes, one of those is coming. Board game fixings. No, but I got an announcement that I'll be talking about the Dice Tower channel as a whole coming up this Monday in Board Game Breakfast. So stay tuned for that. Have I disclosed why I went to Brazil? It is a secret. No, there was a convention, Diversal Offline, that I went to. Let's see here. There are more than 400 caves in Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Well, go figure. Well, I found less than that. 400 caves. That's crazy. It does seem like they're just everywhere, but they're fun to find. I wonder if that includes the wells. I want to say there's like 60 wells or something. It's the amount of the stuff in this. There's Sky Islands. There's so much stuff that it's like, I don't know how anyone has like, these people have 100% at the game. I salute you, I suppose, but also worry for your sanity and or social life. Some spoiler impressions about World Wonders. Well, I'll tell you this. I'm sticking it on a hot games table at Dice Tower East, so read into that what you will. Let's see here. Where did I get? What Dice Tower convention should I go to if I'm on a smaller budget? It all depends where you're from and where you're going. Like, I mean, because you're going to be traveling there and staying at the hotel. So Dice Tower East and Dice Tower West, whichever one of those is closer, honestly, would probably be your best bet. If you're close to Miami, then maybe the cruise is your best bet because it's a lot of money, but once you pay it, that's all you need to pay. But if you're like on a very small budget, then East or West, whichever one you're closest to. How's Ready Set Bet with 9 players? Fantastic. Can you use your Vasel Dice Tower powers to get a good Mario board game made? Why are there so many good Marvel and Star Wars, not Mario? Well, I can tell you that Nintendo is much more cautious, I think, about what they allowed to have the Mario brand put on. I would guess. It might also be an expensive license, I'm not sure. 58 wells in Tears of the Kingdom. There you go. Outside of board game cons, is there another type of con you want to attend? Not particularly. I would like to go to, let's say, San Diego Comic Con or any nerd con. They're fun to go to, but I struggle with them. So Miami has a con. Is it SuperCon or is that Orlando? I always forget. Anyway, there's Miami. There's like comic conventions that come to Miami or Lauderdale sometimes, and there's some that are in Orlando. I struggle with the amount of money you pay at these cons, and they're not fun. They're just like a big shopping center. So I'm paying $80 or whatever it costs to go to spend more money. A board game con is easier for me to swallow because you go in there and you play and you have a great time besides just buying stuff. But then again, maybe it's not that big of a deal. But I don't know. So anyway, I've gone to them. I like to buy stuff. I would go to something like that, I suppose. Which is the best space-based expansion? I would guess, my guessing, is it's the one that's currently on Kickstarter. But we'll see. Do you have any pointers to speed up a game Arc Nova other than just get better? I hear there's an Arc Nova Prelude thing you can download on Board Game Geek that will help make the game faster. Add the Mario Kart Racers to Downforce. That's true. That's what I did. That's a good Mario game. Any suggestions for biblically based games? You can look them up online. I think there's a few good ones, but there's not any that are like astoundingly great. Although I guess a lot of people like the New Jerusalem. If I ran a food truck, what foods would we serve? We do nachos, for sure. Did I just catch up on questions? What? I'm looking back to see how many questions I missed. There's something about aliens, and I'm not doing it. I don't answer these questions very often about aliens or desert island games. They're just not that interesting to me. Just look at my top 10 games. Or if there's games I'm good at, I did a list of games that I'm good at. I just got a thumbs down for catching up on questions. Did me and Joey ever get to try any of the DEI expansions? We did not. I opened up a few of them and read them. Firefly Big Box, I have no idea. I am no longer interested in big boxes. They've kind of really turning me off from games. There's just too much stuff, I think, at this point. Do you have a favorite mastermind or scheme for Legendary? No, I would have to sit down and go through all the masterminds, and I don't know which one I would like best. Scheme-wise, I know I've liked some more than others, but it's hard to... I apologize, I don't have that. I see in the Facebook group, someone posts pictures of Sushi Go, Spin Some for Dim Sum. It's not on Board Game Geek yet. I've only heard about it from the same Facebook post that you saw. Have you played the modules in Heat Pedal to the Metal? I played the advanced drafting cards one. I like that a lot. That's my way preferred way to play. How many conventions did you go to annually pre-COVID? It was around 10 a year, and that includes R4. This year, I am doing the 4 Dice Tower ones, plus Gen Con and Essence, that's 6, plus World Series of Board Gaming, that's 7, plus the one in Brazil, that's 8. I went to the Gamma Trade Show, that's 9. I'm going to another one that we haven't announced yet later on this year, that's a 10. And 10 sounds right. There's a possibility I will go to another one beyond that, but we're not going to Origins, we're not going to PAX, we didn't go to UK Games Expo, so it can't go to everything. Otherwise, we'd never get any reviews done here in the Dice Tower. What's your process for picking a hat? I just go grab one, and I try to usually, sometimes I don't care, but usually I try to pick one that matches the outfit I'm wearing. Just brought Dominion Intrigues at half price. If you want to get it, get it. Watch my review. I'm not telling you what to buy. You go watch my review and you decide if you want it. We see a Cosmic Counter top 10 aliens? Done already. Any tips, advice, great tools that help you in buying your first home? No. It was a terrible experience. I had a good well, for when I bought the house for my family, we had a good, I'm about to say retailer, person who sells homes to other people. My mind went blank. But anyway, that was great. The first one was okay, but I don't know. I don't have any tips because I don't know if I did a good job or not. I found the whole thing to be very difficult, the whole process difficult. They walk you through it. They're always telling you got to pay money for this, you got to pay money for that, you do this and that. I found the whole thing to be difficult overall. Oh, we're talking about white balance?
The focus seems a little bit off.
Yeah, it's focusing on the picture behind me or me?
Just all around a little bit blurry.
I'm a blurry man.
How do you focus on
There's a manual focus on the ring. On the ring that's next to the big ring there.
big ring here?
Yeah. You just spin it.
You just spin it.
Yeah. Although I don't think we're on manual focus. I think we're on auto. There's a switch for auto and manual.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit off.
All right. Well, Chris is working on focus. I will, meanwhile, answer some more questions here. Nick asked me if I could do a top 10 games involving cats and didn't bother searching the Dice Tower channel to see if I've already done it or not. Humor doesn't work when there's truth involved. What was the general age your kids were able to move from kids games to designer board games? Yes, is my answer to that question. Everyone's different. And also, when is a game not a kid's game and is a designer game? What's my favorite Oink game? I don't know. Probably Fake Artist Goes to New York. If you could choose one game to play for the rest of your life, would it be Ark Nova? No, it would be some game that lasted 200 hours, 300 hours, because I'm going to play the same game that long. I want it to be as interesting. Maybe Frosthaven. If the different publishers got together and decided to make a standard size for big box games, I'd be super happy. That'd be great. Is Dice Tower involved in playtesting? Very rarely. If so, do you enjoy that process? No, I hate it. I like to play finished games. Spearmint or peppermint? I like them both, but probably spearmint a little bit better. Have I seen Facing the Giants? Yes, I like the movie a lot. Best modular shelves for games not called Calyx? Well, the ones from I'm all play sponsors of Dice Tower, so keep that in mind. But I really, really do like their shelves. Realtor says probably a lot of people. I don't know why retailer was in my head. A realtor. A good realtor makes the whole process better. Do I enjoy Cthulhu Death May Die? I do not particularly like that game. Top 5 Hitchcock movies? I don't know if I've watched enough for that to matter. What is the picture behind me? It's a picture of the Omni Gamer. Let's see here. I've not seen much interest in Lost Ruins Varnak from Dice Tower, and it didn't feature on anyone's 2020 top 10s. Well, first of all, I don't know what people's interest in it is. I know people here like the game. I like the game, fine. I don't think there's so little interest. Just because somebody doesn't hit a top 10 doesn't mean there's little interest in it. We like the game. I like the game. I know they just played it with leaders, and they said it was good. So I don't feel like there's, just because it didn't hit people's top 10. See if it shows up in everyone's top 100s that they're going through right now. What Marvel movie would you like to see a movie made about? Anyone from the X-Men. Come on now. Have I looked at the BGG Gen Con preview list? No, but we will be doing a video of a preview of Gen Con. Are marble races dead? No, I'm pretty sure you'll see a marble race in the Summer Spectacular. In the past 5 years or so, what's the longest you've gone without playing a board game? I don't know. I probably have gone a week without playing a board game. I'm sure it's happened. Where did I get the Dice Tom figure that's in the all-play shelves in the new studio? I don't know. I have several. There's a crocheted one that someone sent in. There's a 3D printed one that Alex, Joey's wife, made for me. Have I played Marvel Snap lately? Yes. What deck am I currently playing? I switch decks all the time. I switch my deck based on whatever the mission is. So if they're like, hey, destroy people, I say, okay, it's destroyer deck time. Discard. I have a destroy deck, a discard deck, a move deck, a on-play deck, an ongoing deck, a normal person deck, whatever that you call that. The Zabu deck, that's what my deck's called. I have a Thanos deck. So I just switch to whatever deck I like. Right now, I'm probably playing Thanos because I think the mission is like play 1-cost cards and draw cards. So that deck fulfills those 2 requirements. So that's what I play. That's how I've always played the game. I just switch to whatever deck helps me meet my missions. Thank you for the nice thoughts of the Dice Tower history. I appreciate that people watch that. Appetizers: jalapeno poppers, fried pickles, or mozzarella sticks. That's actually pretty easy for me. Mozzarella sticks are at the bottom. I love cheese a lot. But mozzarella sticks, I almost never have them the way I want. I'd rather have my cheese fried a different way. Like I just had some fried cheese from Brazil, which was so good. So very good. But fried cheese from most countries is just amazing. Fried pickles are fine. I prefer fried pickle spears, not the chips, because the chips have too much fried stuff on them. So the spear is better because you get more pickle per fried. That's why I like them. And then fried jalapeno peppers are my favorite. But very specifically, I want them to be as good as possible. There's a lot of fast food places that have fried jalapeno poppers, and they're okay. You do them right, though, they're amazing. You visited Brazil, been to Essen, lives in Korea. Whatever international destination would you like to go to a con? Anyone I haven't been to before. Any chance of coming back to the Geekway? It was nice meeting you one year. So I was able to come to that Geekway because a publisher brought me in and had me teach games at their booth. It was Colossal Games at the time. And that worked out well for me. Without that happening, it would be very difficult. I would love to go to the Geekway, but it would be just a for fun con. And that would be hard. That would be hard to do. Will you buy the Apple Vision Pro? How much money do you think we make at Dice Tower? So we were talking about it because there were rumors that there would be that it would come around, and then they started talking about it, and we were guessing the price, and I was like, maybe it will go as high as $1,500. I didn't expect $3,500. I will wait for a couple things. I'll wait, A, for the price to come down, and B, for it to be the better, not clunky version that the first one's always going to be. I also am not a big fan of the wire coming out with the battery pack. I don't know. The whole thing just looks like a first edition. I'm just, the concept of 3D is interesting, although as a parent, I don't know that I love it. My kids are already kind of glued in their phones, and if they were in a 3D glued in their phones, I don't know if I love that. I don't want to be old man versus technology, though. I think there's a lot of cool things that could be done with it. I'm going to let other people be the early adapters on this one. I can't afford to be an early adapter even if I wanted to. Any TV shows you're currently binging? I don't think so, actually. I'm sure they're busy, but can we get more Q&As from the rest of the crew? Well, stick around. Stick around. Like I said, come back Monday. Who's the most competitive person in Dice Tower crew? Roy. Are you a big musical guy? I am. Top 10? No. I've done that like on 80 different Q&As, it feels like. I've done it a lot, but I like them a lot. My favorite holiday? Probably Easter, but I also do like Christmas a lot. Please wish the Miami Heat to win tonight. I apologize. I do not care if they win or not. But if it makes the prices in Miami restaurants go down because the Heat won or something, that'd be great. I'm not going out to eat, though, so I don't know if that matters. What's my favorite game show? Oh, that's a good question. What is my favorite game show? Probably Price is Right, I'm guessing. Is there a kids category for Dice Tower Awards? There's not one this year. We need more voters for there to be a good Dice Tower Award. What did you think of the Starfield event today? Ooh, did they show it off? I did not know this was happening. It's coming out September 6th. Ooh, they're going to show a lot of it? Well, I'm gonna have to go watch that later, folks, because I got other things to do today. I got so many videos. I have no free time today. I'm going right as soon as I'm done recording this Q&A. We're recording a couple reviews, and then I got to record a couple more videos, and then I'm coming back here to do At the Table. And then after At the Table, there's a few things left, and then that's the end of the day. So I'll watch it tonight maybe or something. But thanks for alerting me to that. I didn't know that was happening. Have you ever reached Infinite in Marvel Snap? No, and I never will. I don't believe I've ever gone over 40, actually. I don't try to win all the time. I try to complete missions. That is my number one thing, is to collect cards and beat missions and have fun. I just don't play the game seriously enough for that, probably. Any thoughts on the most recent Marvel Dice Masters Secret War set? I didn't even know they were still making sets for Marvel Dice Masters. They haven't sent me any in a long time. Will we be going to Essen this year? Yes, we'll be at Essen this year. I can't tell you who's going to be at Essen because I don't know the information yet, but Dice Tower will have a booth at Essen. All Play makes shelves. I don't see references to on their site, just the tables, mats, games, and bags. I know that they'll have an upcoming Kickstarter that I think will have those shelves in it, so that'll be cool. Do you see Welcome To is coming out with a deluxe big box? I did not. All laminate sheets. Do you probably prefer laminate or paper sheets? I laminate every roll and write I get if it's possible. Is there a game you regret it getting upgraded components for? I'm sure it's happened a few times, but nothing comes to mind. What posters did you have on your bedroom walls growing up? I don't think I had any posters. I wasn't a poster kind of kid. I might have printed out some stuff on a dot matrix printer, those big posters that like the hello everyone. Dot matrix. I love my dot matrix printer. What games would you play with your pup in the lap? No! Although my dogs, wow, my dogs, I don't know what's happening with the dogs, but like when I come home from a trip now, they act like I had just risen from the grave. They are so happy to see me, and they will not leave me alone the entire night. This morning my dog came and just sat there, Fuzzy, and just wanted me to pet her. She seemed like sad that I had left. And every day when I get home from work, it's like joyful. They're just excited. I don't hate this whole process, mind you. But it seems like it's getting stronger. The dog's missing me when I'm gone. But I'm still not holding him in my lap. Mistborn or Stormlight Archives. I just read them both back to back. And Mistborn is great. Stormlight Archives is fantastic. Although, I thought the fourth book, now that I've reread the fourth book, I still like the fourth book. It's not getting into the weeds is a strong thing for it, but it's, if I'm ranking the Stormlight Archives book, book 4 is probably my least favorite, just because it feels like a lot of it's just all built up to the fifth book. So I'm assuming the fifth book bit. But 4, then 2, then 1. 1's such a great book. 2's a great follow-up, but 1's a great book. And then 3 is my favorite book. 3 is so amazing. 3 has the best ending I've ever read for any book. Just fantastic how book 3 ended. But book 1 does not have as bombastic of an ending, though, but it's a powerful ending. So book 3 and 1, they're my top tier. Then 2, then 4. But I'm hoping 5 comes. Now, book 4, don't get me wrong. Book 4 still has some amazing moments in it. Like the amazing moment with Adolin at the end of his arc in book 4 was my favorite thing in that whole book. And the resolution of the tower siege was pretty good. So there's some really cool stuff that happened in it. I'm a big fan of behind the scenes and video series of cons. Will there be more videos like that? Yes, when we can. Have you messed around much with RC cars? Well, you know, when I went to Korea, so before I went to Korea, the local game store at the mall was a hobby store. I was playing 40K there, and they sold Warhammer 40K, and they sold RC cars. And so I played 40K all the time, but I looked at the RC cars, and they would run races out in the parking lot of the mall. I thought that was such a neat thing. I was so pumped about that. And I said to Laura, I said, when we get back from Korea, we were gonna go to Korea for 6 months. And when we get back, that's my new hobby. It's gonna be RC cars. Because I was like, I'll save up the money, I'll get one, and I'll go race it. I'll learn how to race cars. It'll be so much fun. And then I got involved in board games, and I forgot all about it. And never came back. We stayed in Korea for 10 years. I think it's really neat. I'd like to watch other people with them, but it's a neat hobby that I admire. Longest campaign game you played all the way through? Probably Queensdale. Or Pandemic Legacy Season 2, maybe? I'm not sure. They completely changed the graphic design for the new Dice Masters set. Well, now I need to see what this new Dice Tower set is that we're talking about. Let me see here. You said it's Dice Masters Secret Wars. Interesting. Those do look pretty good. I need to see them compared to the old ones. I wonder why they didn't send it to me. Well, I mean, they don't have to send me stuff. It's not a problem. Dice Masters Draft Pack. Huh. maybe I'll get back in the game. Okay. I will say that I would yes, Magic the Gathering is what I was about to just talk about. Sorry, my mind went blank there for a second. So Magic the Gathering, the Lord of the Rings set. I'm excited about that. And I went to Amazon and put some of the stuff in my cart. I was like, that's too expensive. Put it back out. And then the price went up a week later, and I was like, okay, maybe I should get it. I just can't. I'll wait. I'm a little displeased with how expensive this set is. Like, maybe the Commander decks I might get. I thought about buying, a couple packs of the one that has the one ring in it and everything, but goodness gracious, it is so expensive. The Lord of the Rings, Magic the Gathering. So Lord of the Rings, Magic the Gathering, right? Right now on Amazon, to buy a booster box of 12 packs of those cards is $434. $434 for 12 packs of cards. That is almost $40 a pack of cards. Whew, that's super expensive. Actually, never mind. Here, that's how much they cost if you buy just one. $40 for 15 cards. You might be able to find it somewhere cheaper. And then the 4 Commander decks, that's $200. Now, that's a little cheaper, I suppose, because that's $50 a deck. That makes sense for a Magic the Gathering deck, I suppose. But, I get it. Everyone wants these cards. It's very popular. Lord of the Rings. People are pumped about it. And I'm glad. I'm glad that everyone's pumped about it. But the fact that these prices are just inflated beyond reasoning, I am less excited about that. Here's the Lord of the Rings starter kit. That's $20. Maybe that's what I'll get. Maybe the prices will come crashing down when someone finds that one ring. That would be nice. Alrighty, let's see here. I never did get a chance to try Brazilian pizza because I wasn't there long enough, but I had good food all around. I had a good time and great, really good. Let's see here. Any idea how we should start diving in all the new stuff in the new Castle Burgundy Deluxe 5 Big Box? I don't know. I haven't got mine yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like. When was the last time you mowed a lawn? It's been a while. When my kids, Melody and Amy, were like, hey, can we please mow the lawn? I was like, listen, if you start mowing the lawn, you'll never stop. They're like, we don't care. They did care. Now our lawn here at the studio and at my house are just big, giant lawns. So I just pay and someone comes through and just does them every, couple weeks or so. Let's see. Yes, I've seen the Dungeons & Dragons movie. I did not. I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually, but I guess I was left a little underwhelmed. I found it would be a little cheesy. I guess that's the way the movie's supposed to be. It was fine. It was fine. I enjoyed it. Spoilers? What did I spoil? Sorry if I spoiled something. Oh, you're talking about the Stormlight Archives? I was very, very, very vague in what I said there. I don't think there was any spoilers there. Oh my word, will people stop asking me about comic hunters from Brazil? No, I did not go there to buy comic hunters. What epic powers would you want to have from the Reckoners series? Oh, I'd have to go back and read through it again. It's been a while since I've read the Reckoners. I don't remember which one I would want. How many games did I bring from Brazil? A lot. I didn't do the exact number, but again, there's a video coming out later this week where I will show them all off. Back when you had to budget for games, did you ever avoid playing games you thought you would love to avoid purchasing? I don't know what that means, but I'm thinking you're saying, would I not play a game because I was afraid I would love it and then have to buy it? No, I've never felt that way. If I really loved the game, I would go out of my way to get it. And I wouldn't play a game not to do that. I definitely did buy a lot of games on the hopes that they were good. I would not do that today. Oh, I don't know if I would actually or not. Maybe I would. If I was not a reviewer, it's possible. But I do that with video games. I buy video games based on reviews and stuff. I believe in that because that's what we do. I believe in what we do here at the Dice Tower. I think you should use your reviews to help if you buy a game or not. Now, I don't think you should say, Tom liked the game, so I should buy it too. But I think a review should give you enough information that you know if you should want to buy it or not. Like, Tom hated that, but when he talked about it, it sure sounds like something I'd be interested in. What are your thoughts about the UK Games Expo Awards? UK Games Expo Awards 2023. I don't know who won these. Let's go look. Alrighty, the Judge's Choice Award. Oh, this is a video. Well, let's see if the video... It's a video. That's a... Alright, best accessory here. Huh. Best accessory, Dice Tomes, Artifact Games. I've seen them. They look nice. Best board game, American style, Oathsworn. I really do think it's funny that American style and then Oathsworn, designed by folks from the UK. But best game, European style. Please be for America. Yes, Earth. Actually, Earth's not from America. It was published by an American company, though. All right. Board game, strategic. Eden, New Eden. Okay, I have not played this one. It's from Schmidt. Card game, General. Let's take a look here. Viking Raiders. I'm from Newell Wolf Games. Okay, that's 2 games I haven't played. That's very weird. Card game, Strategic. Vita Morris. Really? Really? Also, that's not a new game, but okay. Children's game. What won the best children's game? Dodo from Cosmos. Okay, that's a cute looking game. Best dice game. Solar Sphere from Dronda Games. I apologize. I'm not going to be able to give you a very good thing on these because I don't know a lot of the games. Best expansion. The B-movie expansion for Roll Camera. Okay, these are the judges' choice, by the way. Best family game. Next Station London, which incidentally is nominated for the Spiel des Jahres. Okay, I don't know if I'd pick that for best family game. Best gaming novelty. The Exit the Game Advent Calendar. That feels like a specific award meant to give that for that. It's a cool thing, though, for sure. All right, best miniature range. Let's skip that. Miniature rules. Party game. Ensemble from Ares Games. Man, I'm off the... That's a cool cover. Best role-playing game. Critical Foundation. Hey, I have that. Okay. Role-playing expansion. Best variant. Catan Dawn of Humankind. Best variant? Okay. That was published a month ago. Huh. They announced that before the UK Games expansion? All right. Well, anyway. Did they not announce like the People's Choice ones? Okay. Well, I don't know any more than that. That was a longer answer probably than you were expecting. Sorry. Stormlight or Name of the Wind, Call to Adventure, worth it if I already have the base game? Maybe. There's some slight differences, but they play pretty much the same way as the base game. They each have some better rule sets. Both of them are better than the base game, but I don't know that you would think it was a completely different game. When's the next time Michael DeLisio will be in studio? Well, the next time you'll see Mike DeLisio live here in the studio will be during the Summer Spectacular. But you will see him in a video that we recorded, doing a top 10 with him before that, in a few weeks, actually. So, look forward to that. Tommy Miller, when you all did the best of the worst, I heard about how you win in Killer Bunnies. Sounded similar to winning in Golden Ticket. Yeah, it is. The difference is Killer Bunnies is a much longer game. Golden Ticket's a much faster, smoother game. But yeah, there's some similarities to them. I thought that, this exact thought today, I thought. Let's see here. I have not played the German engineering mini expansion for Thunder Road Vendetta. Let's see here. Did I ever watch Smallville? I didn't really like Smallville at the time. I thought it was a little soap opera-esque. And I also didn't like the fact that Superman wasn't Superman yet, and yet he's meeting all his villains and everyone else early. You have to like take it out and look at it as its own universe, the same as Gotham and stuff. That's fine, I suppose, but I don't know. It's just not as interesting for me. Has Dice Tower made a promo alien for Cosmic Encounter? No. I would if they wanted me to. Are you getting the new Final Fantasy game? I don't know if I am or not yet. Let me finish Zelda first. Any chance we'll get a Dice Tower pint glass in the store? That one I can tell you no. Besides top 10s, what's your favorite live show to do on the channel? Probably a board game smorgasbord. What are some board games better in digital form? Ascension is better in digital form for sure. Twilight Struggle's pretty good in digital form. Root's really good in digital form. Let's see, everyone's talking now about when they're getting the new Castles of Burgundy Deluxe versions. In Board Game Smorgasbord, you said you had a snack box subscription. Which company is it through? That is a good question. Snack Crate. Snack Crate is what it's called. Let's see here. Did you back the Stormlight Archives miniatures? I did not. So, no, I will not be tempted to bust out the paintbrush. How far is a Dice Tower release calendar planned? Like for videos? It depends. It's minimally planned. Like right now, I have it planned all the way to Gen Con. When Gen Con is over, I'll work. And that's just where I'm at right now. So Gen Con is what, 2 months from now? A little bit less than 2 months. That's how far out. Exact planned. This entire week is planned to the hilt. Next week is mostly planned with some changes. The week after that, half planned. And that's kind of where we are at any given point. For those who backed your Kickstarter for the shout-outs, it's a way for you to know which videos you've been shouted out in. Well, I haven't done the shout-outs for this year yet. I have a time that I'll be starting those. If you don't hear a shout-out ever, and please don't do it right now. Wait till we start doing them. You can email me. I do keep a record of which shout-outs I do in which show, just in case someone ever asks that question. Let's see here. Ooh, Josh says I'll tag you when he shouts you out in the Board Game Arena Discord. There you go. You've been saved. I will not be playing Board Game Arena, so I will never play you in space there. Alrighty. Well, folks, it is an hour in. I apologize about the missing audio at the very beginning, but we'll try to edit that out later on. So you might be watching this later, and it's edited. But anyway, thanks so much for watching the Q&A. I'll be back at 3 o'clock with At the Table with me and Eric and Julia Ahern, and we'll talk then. And thank you, everybody. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching Q&A here on the Dice Tower.